Hey everyone, this is Mr. Orris. Today we are looking at how to organize your Google Drive. And as you know, Google Drive is where all of your files are stored. And Google Classroom does a great job of organizing many of those for you. So in my student example account here, if I click on the Classroom folder and click on a class, you'll notice that I've got a lot of my assignments in there. And that's really nice and organized. But what about all these files that are not organized in Google Drive? Today, we're going to look at a way on how to clean those up. Okay, so for starters, let's go up here in the upper left and let's look at how you would add a new file to your drive. By clicking New and choosing File Upload, whatever device you're on, you'll probably get to a system menu that allows you to choose from various files. I'll just take a look at this example and I'll choose to open it. And what happens here, if we slide this out of the way, you'll notice that this has now been uploaded into my Google Drive. And notice the name is kind of silly and it shows where that file is by clicking on it. And it jumps right to that file, and there it is. Okay, so once you have your files in Google Drive, a right click will allow you to do many things with that file. For example, you can rename it. If the file is something that you need to clean up, you don't want anything unnamed in there. So maybe I'll just change this to proposal form. You might also wish to move that file into a different folder. And so to add a new folder, we can go up here to the upper left, click the plus sign, and choose New Folder. Maybe we'll give it a name. And then once you have that folder, any of these files that you have in your drive, you can move them by clicking and dragging, or I like to right click. I'm going to choose to move this file to, and I'll move it to my important files folder. Another thing you could do with important files is when you right click on them, there's an option that says Add to Starred. And notice here on the left, you have a file menu of your most important categories, and one of them happens to be starred. So if I click that Add to Starred, you'll notice that now on the left, it's going to contain that file. Think of it like a shortcut or a bookmark. Other things that you might want to do with your files, if you right-click on a folder, you could actually change the color of that folder. So many people use different colors for different subjects. You could change it, making them really easy to spot. A few other tips for organizing your Google Drive. One might be to remove unwanted files. So for example, I don't know what was happening with my hair that day. I'm going to choose to remove that file from my drive. And notice when you remove, it gets moved to the trash for 30 days. And the trash is located on the left next to that starred category. And notice here are the things in my trash can. After 30 days, those things will be gone forever. And if you ever need to restore something from your trash can, you can click on it and you can click to restore. And it will put it right back where it came from. And one of the most important things in Google Drive and what I use all the time is I know where I try to keep files, and I'm not always the best at putting them in the right place. But I know with a simple search, I can find anything in my drive if I know a keyword that might be in the document. So for example, that proposal that we started with earlier, if I forgot where I placed it, I could do a search and I could actually find it. There are other search options. If you just click on that search bar, you can filter out your drive and show me everything that is a presentation. So for example, now I don't see everything in my drive anymore. I only see presentations, and it might be easy for me to find what I'm looking for. And the last tip that I will give you on organizing your drive is something called changing your view. Right now, we are in grid view. Grid view shows an image of all of the objects in your drive. Switching it to list view will allow you to look at all of those files in a list, which shows the owner, the modified date, and the file size. So it is my hope with a little bit of organization in your drive, you'll be able to find things much easier.